This is the Transformers Generations Primors Trilogy, Deluxe Class Repugnus and Dastard. Here he is. Back at the packaging. Very nice. Yep, pretty cool. He is from the Titan's Return line, I suppose, of the Primors Trilogy. And because he's a headmaster. The mold is twinferno, so definitely a headmaster. Now, in North America, I think this is a Amazon.com exclusive, but out here in Manila, this is not an Amazon.com exclusive. I picked it up at local retail at Toy Kingdom for roughly $38. So yeah, pretty cool. So here they are, out of packaging, Repugnus with Destard and a new version of Solus Prime. Comes with a very nice set of instructions in this. It's done in this really nice glossy plastic, how it was back in the day before they turned into all that matte finish, but very nice. Okay, so here he is. Let's start with Solus Prime, since it's a Titan's Return figure. So I don't understand why they put a Prime with this figure. This is it's new, but it looks pretty nice. I didn't think I was gonna like it. Has a clear blue plastic and her emblem. If you have the other Solus Prime that came with Octo Punch, it's the exact same mold, just painted differently. And obviously you can put it, if you borrowed an accessory from a Power of the Prime figure, you can actually use her. But she is built like a Titan Master, and if you take off Dastard, you can, suppose, put a like a drone head on Repugnus, but we're not going to do that. Okay, so enough about Solus Prime. We'll put her right here. Okay. So Repugnus looking fantastic. I love the colors. It's so G1. It's a great update on a monsterbot, and I'm really enjoying this version of this mold. I think this version suits the Repugnus character much better than the twinferno or doublecross, or in my case the daibaru. This is the Takara Tomy version, the daibaru mold. It's not a repaint. It's actually more of a using a similar engineering. The hips, thighs, and ankles may look the same, but the feet are different. The monster feet parts are different. Arms obviously are different. The chest is different. It's a whole different mold. But the engineering and transformation are very, very similar and near identical. So you can call it repaint, retool, re-engineering, whatever, but it's great. And you'd expect Hasbro to squeeze some of the engineering here into something like this, and I'm glad they've given us, like, it's literally a completely new mold, and yet it's the same. So very nice, Hasbro. All I need now is a grotesque, and my monster bots will be in good shape. No idea how I'm gonna get grotesque. Maybe the Takara Tomy version, I suppose. Okay, now you're probably wondering, didn't we already have a Repugnus in the Titan's Return line? Yep, we've had a Titan Master Repugnus, and this is the shell he came with. So nice little update, right? Well, I'll show him back again once I get him into his alt mode, but let's talk about the head. I love the head sculpt, Dastard. It seems a little bit plain because it's all yellow on yellow, but I love the sculpt. I love that he's not wearing any shade. It doesn't feel like he's wearing a visor or shades. It's like eyes on him. And when you're looking through several on the pegs, or if you can possibly look at these things, if you can get them in brick and mortar stores, because I know they're online exclusives, but you need to look at how the eyes are painted. And that's probably the main paint apps I'm concerned with. The yellows might be a problem, some figures, but the ones I've seen, it's the eyes. They're not painted squarely. Some of the green is too, some figures have green that's too little, some have too much, but very little paint apps to complain about. Okay, so that's that. Now, you might want to replace this head with another head. Here is Destard. Looks okay, just your typical Titan Master right there. Okay, head sculpt's looking very nice. Okay, you can use the one that came in the Titan's Return, Repugnus, and it's a little different, but yeah, it works. Look at that. I love the break in contrast, the red and yellow. Kind of suits it, suits this figure. Now, if you did buy the Takara Tomy Legends Brawn, he also came with a Repugnus Titan Master, which is a repaint of the Hasbro version. And if you wish, this is probably, the Takara Tomy version is probably color-wise the best one suited for this body mold. Look at that. You've got red, white, blue, and I love the color of his visor. And very, very nice. I'm loving this one. So it's really up to you. I mean, but for our purposes of today's review, we'll be using the original mold. Okay. So the figure has fantastic articulation. Talk about the paint apps. Paint apps are fine. The swords are great. But he has great articulation. We'll talk about the swords later. But look at this. Because he doesn't have those dragon hands, so you get a complete hand arm. He goes in and out, swivels, bends at the elbow, and swivels at the elbow. Very nice. Swivel at the wrist because of transformation. The head, standard Titan Master head. No waist articulation. Ball hinge hips, just like daibaru. And thigh swivel, very tight, not going to force that. Hinge knees, they go all the way up here because of transformation. You got a sort of a rocking ankle because of transformation again, and a swivel. Other than that, it's a great, great figure. Love to pose him. It's very stable because of those extra monster claws on the monster feet. Yeah. Back here you can see the head. Crazy insectoid head. Don't know if there is a way to put the swords in robot mode, except by holding them. Yeah, I suppose you could stick him right there, but right. But who cares, right? He's gonna hold them anyway. When you're gonna pose this guy with the swords. The swords look great. They're made of this really neon green clear plastic. They've been painted brown. You can join them together, and it forms a seat for a Titan Master or a Prime Master. Just stick it right there, and it's okay. So we'll deal with that later. Okay, on to transformation. Love that. They painted the chest red too. Sorry, transformation. Get rid of Destard. He is going to fit in the chest cockpit later. Yes, it's possible to ride the monsterbot. Now, transformation has a lot of steps for a very simple transformation. Let's start with the arms. The arms do like 6-7 steps just to transform them. We'll try and do it in as few steps as possible. So fold the fists inward, rotate them like that, fold them like this, and then like that. Just keep them like there, right there. Transform the head. It's tabbed in right there. You just have to untab on either side. Fold it up right here, and it's going to tab in right there. Okay? The arms, they should be able to tab in nicely right here and here. That's like 3 steps. It's like 4 steps less than what the instructions say. Okay, now the monsterbot arms. Fold the chest out, fold the panels outward like this, rotate, rotate, fold out the claws, that, and put them down like this, and then like that. You already see the monster taking shape. Okay, now again, same issue with daibaru or double cross or twinferno is the way these lock. And in my previous reviews, I had a difficult time transforming the legs, and it's the same. They've not changed the transformation. It still sucks for the legs, but it's manageable. And what you want to do is you want to just angle up that tail, or that tail section where daibaru would have his tail. And right here in that midsection, that there are 3 holes for this piece of the ankle, and that middle hole is the one you want to insert right there. And it's very difficult because that middle hole also has like a very shallow peg right there, which is supposed to hook onto that bigger peg right there, or latch right there. And it can be a pain to do so when you're doing it for the first time. It's going to be very, very tight and annoying. And if you just give it some time and just jiggle it and slowly just insert it, you're going to make it. Okay, so right there, and then this one, same thing. Oh my goodness, right there. That's how you should do it. The instructions don't say it in neither daibaru or this guy, and it's a shame. Because the instructions just tell you to fold them up, and you have the legs parallel, just straight like that, and not at an angle. Okay, after that, everything's peachy. You just fold down the monster legs. Don't fold them out all the way, just keep them at an angle, because you're going to want him in sort of like a crouching position, like that. And there is Repugnus in his, I don't know what this is. It's like an alien insectoid praying mantis spider, whatever. And he looks great. He looks cute. He looks great update for the monsterbot. Okay, again, like what we did in robot mode, the swords can peg at the back like that, which is how I showed you with the 4 arms. When the arms were transformed in robot mode, they sort of stay right there. And now for Destard, it's the same cockpit as twinferno, daibaru. And at the beginning, you're going to break a nail just trying to do this. I would suggest you get like a tool, pocket knife, just to pry this chest cavity on, because it is tight. And just like any Titan's Return figure, Titan's Return deluxe class figure with a cockpit, you can just step him, squeeze him right there, and there you go. He's in the monsterbot. And again, here is the Titan's Return version. Here we go. So yeah, what a big improvement, right? So the swords sort of act like wings. Him as an insect, and yeah. Yeah, look at that. Okay. So, final thoughts on the figure. I think it's great. It's going to get a 9 out of 10 for me. I think it's the Repugnus version of the engineering or mold or design of the way it transform as a transformer. I think suits it better than daibaru. But if you really want your monster bots, you're going to want to get everybody, including grotesque. But be it as it may, the Repugnus version of the mold is amazing. I like it. For some reason, I'm actually enjoying it more than the doublecross twinferno version. And if you're a hardcore fan of these monster bots, or at least of Repugnus, you're going to want to get the others as well. I actually sold my Titan's Return Repugnus like last year or something like that. But decided to buy it back on clearance just for this review, and I think I'm gonna keep it. And yeah, it's really looking nice. Hopefully I can get Blast Off at a lower price than retail, maybe when the mall sale comes out. And then hopefully I've pre-ordered my Punch Counter Punch figure. Maybe we'll get that sooner or later. All right, folks, hope you've enjoyed this little video review. This has been the Transformers Generations Prime Wars Trilogy from Titan's Return, Deluxe Class, Repugnus, and Dastard. Thanks for watching. With Solus Prime, of course. Thanks for watching.